Hello everybody, Mr. Storm here. Welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we worked on taking some of our ammonia gas that we were producing here and turning that into nitrogen monoxide gas via catalyst process and some oxygen gas. And then we took the nitrogen monoxide and turned it into both dinitrogen tetroxide and nitrogen dioxide with some additional oxygen gas as well. So that is good. We just now need to take our nitrogen dioxide gas and turn that into nitric acid, but that is going to require some purified water. Now I could just go get some purified water, but as part of the other half of this process, we have oxidizer and fuel. The part of the fuel side of things, we're going to have purified water as a byproduct. So we can start the fuel side of things and then, take the purified water byproduct and use it to finish off the oxidizer side. So that's going to be the plan there. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And the first stage of the fuel side of this mixture is taking our chlorine gas and sodium hydroxide and turning that into sodium hypochlorite. All right. So there we go. And this is going to be the fuel that we are eventually making here is dimethylhydrazine and hydrazine. Which, if I'm correct on that, dimethylhydrazine and hydrazine combined with nitric acid and dinitrogen tetroxide is a hypergolic fuel system for rockets. And what that means is, excuse me, is that the two materials, when mixed, will detonate on their own. So they do not need an ignition system to ignite them. Say, for example, if you had liquid oxygen and kerosene, or liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen, which you need some sort of spark to ignite those fuels. When you take these two, this mixture of nitric acid and, dinitrogen tetroxide, and you mix it with, the hydrazine, is when those two materials interact, they just ignite on their own. Which simplifies things. It also tends to make a very efficient rocket when you use these types of fuels. The big problem with this type of rocket fuel is that the hydrazine in particular, the dimethylhydrazine and hydrazine, is incredibly toxic. It's highly corrosive, acidic, and extremely poisonous. So if you have an accident where, say, a rocket were to explode and spew hydrazine gas all over the place, it causes problems. A recent incident that just happened a little while ago, this year, I believe, last year, 2019, is with SpaceX. Because in SpaceX's Crew Dragon capsule, they use hydrazine-based hypergolic fuels for the Super Draco abort thrusters on that capsule. And they were doing a pad abort test where they basically were test firing the rockets to make sure that, because I think that particular capsule had been flown. It had successfully flown to the ISS unmanned, and they had brought it back, and they wanted to just run the rockets, through a test after it went through that process, and the thing exploded on the pad. And you could see, after it exploded, this big cloud of orange smoke coming off of the pad, which is a giant plume of hydrazine gas, which is very nasty stuff. So, yeah, that was a bit of a mess. It's kind of set SpaceX's Crew Dragon program back a little bit, unfortunately. But, Sometimes failure is the best thing that can happen to you because it reveals a problem in the design. So, you know, it is what it is. All right, so my numbers here, I do need 2 outputs for the sodium hydroxide. And I think I want to bring this to an even number of chemical plants. So I'm actually going to take some of the speed modules off to bring that to 4. 4 chemical plants. Okay, good. So we can do this as 2 and 2. And we can do 4,500 is going to be tough, I think, with our pipes. Well, we'll see. All right. So I need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I remember correctly, the problem actually with the capsule, going back to that story, I do enjoy watching Scott Manley on YouTube. And I think that when he broke down what the problem was, because I think from the SpaceX report, was that there was a failure or faulty valve that allowed one of the materials to leak into some of the feed lines for the other half of the mixture. And so it created a little puddle in one of the pipes, and when they pushed, I can't remember if it was the oxidizer or the fuel, when they pushed the other material into that pipe, because they're hypergolic and they explode upon contact, then it caused this premature ignition in an area of the engine that wasn't designed for it, and it caused the whole engine to explode. So they ended up replacing the valve that caused the problem in that engine design with a burst disc instead to prevent that issue from happening again. Okay, so there is 4 pumps. The problem with the burst discs is that once you use them, they're done. You have to replace them, so, requires a little bit more maintenance on the vehicle after you use it. Okay, so yeah, 4 chlorine gas pumps. That's going to put like a little over 1,100 per second in a pipe. I'm hoping that it can handle it. Alright, so where do I want to put these guys? I'm going to put them over here somewhere. Put them up here. Alright, so what is the output? The output of these guys is just solid. Okay, so they're solid. What's the rate? The same as the input. Okay. All right, then. Let's see. Then we want to go output, output. Yes. All right, and then we want to have an input line coming in, right? Doing that. Excellent. Okay, so let's go ahead and route. The plumbing on this is going to be interesting, because we're going to want basically an independent line of chlorine gas. Actually, are these even producing enough on their own? What's the rate at which we're producing chlorine gas? We're producing at 4,500 per second. Okay. So we actually need the combined output of all of these tanks going to this system. Okay. So all those tanks need to be linked. Okay. Okay. How do I do this? In a way that can feed this. So we'll need 4 outputs and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inputs. And we need to get around. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to blueprint this. Alright, I'm going to blueprint that, and then I'm going to go ahead and tell that to pick that back up. Okay. Make sure we say trees and grass. It's trees and rocks. Okay. I think what I'm going to need to do is just make a bank of 7 tanks. Input from one end, output to the other, and make sure they're all linked together. Yep. That's going to be the plan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Actually, let's move those a little bit further north. Just a little bit. Actually, no. We need to make sure that we have enough room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Yeah, we're pretty much good where we were. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, and then I'm going to want 1, 2, 3, 4 pumps. Coming out of this. Yeah, I think that should be good. All right. No, I don't want to hook them up to go in there just yet. I wasn't quite expecting to have to do this much plumbing. Huh, McKin, it is what it is. You do what you gotta do. Alright. I wonder if this shouldn't be done a different way. Yeah, definitely should. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're going to do this a different way. That this is actually going to come all the way up here. And feed all the way through to the last one. Okay. And then this one is going to come up here and feed through to that one. Okay. I don't want to start filling them because I don't know if I'm going to need to move these tanks again. So I don't want them filling up before I ascertain exactly whether or not they are in a good spot as far as their north-south position. So I'm going to hold off on letting them fill in. Alright. Okay, there we are. This one, this one, this one's next. All right, and then you're going to proceed to there. See, a problem is now that this one's going to have to somehow route backwards this way. Which is why I'm thinking I might have to move them a little bit further south to allow some extra room. Wait, did I hold on. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. That's where my mistake was. Okay, well that's actually fine. Okay, so you're gonna go... Wrong button there. You're gonna go there. And I think at that point I'm just gonna forego the underground belts. And then... You're gonna go here. And yeah, we're definitely going to have to move these a little bit further south. Or we have these two inputs here, because I think we need 2 more inputs, right? I think it's 2 more inputs. No, it's 1 more input. Okay. keep all these guys in a line just so that I know what we're doing. If I were to put the one more tank in there, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, okay. Again, more math. It just didn't quite work out. All right. Okay. So that ought to do it. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to have our four guys here. Route into there. We have our blueprint. Actually, at least for these, which isn't going to work anymore. So then it's now obsolete. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to connect these two, and then route this one around out there, because we need them on separate belts. And then for input, input. That's going to come in on a separate line. All right, and then that's going to come from this, which is now going to get routed back north, which is fine. I just need to kind of work it through all these pipes. Let's see, where do we want to bring it out to? Bring it out to about there. Let me just kind of put that out there as a marker. All right. So yeah, right about there. And I'm off by a little bit. That's all right. There we go. Then we're putting, what, 4 modules in each of these? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then I'm going to route these into a... Do I want to do a silo? Or a warehouse? We'll go with a silo. Alright, there we go. Seem to be running pretty smoothly. Okay, so next step is going to be taking some of our ammonia gas, well, the rest of our ammonia gas, and this sodium hypochlorite, and making monochloramine gas. And again, I'm going to try and bring that to 4, just to keep a nice even number. Okay, there we go. So, I'm going to have to route 6,750 per second ammonia gas. Or actually, we'll probably want to bring all the rest of the ammonia gas over here. And I may need to do a similar thing to this with the rest of the ammonia gas. And I'm probably going to have to be over here. So you know what? Let's clear out a lot of those forests because I might need that room. Alright, and somehow I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to route pipes from here. Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The thing is, I'm probably going to need the output from here as well. Because it's basically all the rest of our ammonia. Right? No. No, it's not all the rest of our ammonia. Ammonia. Well, I mean, it is eventually going to be all the rest of our ammonia. But yeah, all the rest of the ammonia that isn't being used for this needs to be routed over here. So it's going to be a big line of pipes. See, that is running down. Also, what I might have wanted to do here is actually run this all the way through and pipe it into there. See, that's still coming down. I don't know. I'll have to think about this and work on that a little bit. And also, I might plan out the plumbing here a bit for the ammonia, because I now know that I'm going to need to do that. So we have to have a whole lot of pipes running through here. And I can't mix it with anything else. So I'm going to probably have to have a lot of pipes coming through, because we got all these water pipes. They're going to be a problem. I could bring it through. I don't know. Huh. It's going to be a thing I have to work out here. Or I'm going to have to work it out over here. Create a system over here and then run more pipes out from there. Yeah, that might be the way that has to happen. Alright, well, I'll get it all sorted out for next episode because we're out of time here. So, for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.